lot of people didn't get to see my elements because I was always around Isabella. The first week, my feelings for her was not sure. But when I got to know her deeply, and when I got to know her on the one-on-one, I got to really like the girl. I do not regret anything that's happened in the house or I did with her. You also my people, it's your boy Kayikunmi, aka 99 Culture, and this is Paul's Fun Facts brought to you by Lush. So the first question I have here is, what was your thoughts when you walked into the Big Brother Naija house? My thoughts, first of all, was why so many people initially? And one thing that I added at the back of my mind is, so one person out of everybody here will win the money. In as much as there were a lot of people, I was also very excited to be there, and that's it. Who was your go-to dance partner during Saturday night parties? Isabella, obviously, most definitely 10 over 10. She's always going to be my go-to, you know what I mean? What will you miss the most about Big Brother Naija house? I'm going to miss Isabella. I'm going to miss the friends I was able to connect with, the Saturday night parties, the Thursday night parties, the sponsor task, you know, the HOH house challenges, and the fights. There were always tables shaking in the house, no dull moments, any day, anytime. There's always something to look forward to every day, every time, either challenges, either tasks, either wagers. So I'm always gonna miss that, most definitely. If I could collaborate with one Nigerian celebrity now, who would it be? Jago, high fashion, go crazy. I don't know, I can't remember his name right now, but go crazy. I'd like to collaborate with him. And anybody actually in the fashion industry. I would like to also collaborate with some actors like Wale Ojo and the greats. Anybody that is interested to actually working with me, most definitely. What's one thing you are excited to do now that you are no longer in the Big Brother Naija house? Use the toilet freely. Most definitely. You know what I mean? Always not always camera conscious this time around, because at the house I'm always camera conscious. There's always check-cam everywhere. You look left, check-cam, you try mess. If you mess too much, if camera the mic fit capture them, you know. Also, what else would I do? Yeah, I would like to pursue all the things I've planned to do, my dreams, and I can't wait for what's next. Okay, eat as much as I want to eat, because in that house they always share food inside the sofa. Before the house, I dey chop how I want to chop, but inside the house they serve me food like, say, yeah, sometimes I don't go eat protein. Why? So I'm gonna be able to do all that outside of the house. What's one misconception about you that you like to clear up? My feelings for Isabella not being real, because it was real. In as much as I didn't show it as much, I am not the kind of person that does PDA. I'm a very, very private person, but she's someone that, you know, she's very much more aware of herself. She's also someone that, you know, loves to be seen. You know, wants everybody to know that this is my person, this is a man. In as much as we spoke about it, you know, I also tried to succumb to a lot of things that I would naturally not do. I did that because I really genuinely liked her. People that said I was using her for a strategy is wrong. Initially, at first, the first week, you know, my feelings for her was not sure. I was not sure. But when I got to know her deeply, and when I got to know her on the one-on-one, and on a more personal level, I got to really like the girl, and I do not regret anything that's happened in the house or I did with her. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing her outside of the house, you know, to speak more to her. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Also, another misconception, I feel like also a lot of people didn't get to see me in the house for who I was, for who I am. You know, a lot of people didn't get to see my elements because I was always around Isabella. I'm a great person generally. In as much as I can shout, I'm a very loud person. There were louder voices in the house that I could not compete with. People like the Mensa and that they shout anyhow. I don't know if you compete with those people, but generally I'm a very nice, you know, very nice person, calm person. You know, I have a good brand going on for me, and it's something that I also showed up in the house, but I didn't really speak much about it. Every clothes I wore in the house was my brand, and I'm glad I got some few compliments, you know. And yeah, that's that. Describe your relationship with Isabella in 3 words. Interesting, toxic, fun. What's the housemate you found most difficult to live with? A lot of housemates, but I can mention few. Emisi, Mensan, culture. For now, I think those are the only 3 people I feel like I found living difficult with. Okay, if you had one more week in the house, what would you have done differently? I feel like I started putting myself more out there, but I didn't get enough time to do that. So if I had one more week, I would have used every opportunity to put myself out there more. Win head of house challenge, because that's something I've always wanted to win. Showcase my love more for Isabella. A lot of people in the house actually feel like I was always there, here and there, here and there. Yeah, that's what I would have done differently. Was there anyone in the house you initially misjudged? Isabella, I misjudged her. I saw her for someone else, and I got to actually know her that she's someone that genuinely wants to be loved. So in as much as she showcases herself in a certain way, she needs different things. She needs someone to really see her for who she is. And I got to see her for who she is. I initially misjudged Ortega. He came in very, very bold, confident, kind of aggressive in a way, but also he's somebody that if he has a problem with you, or if he has a problem with you, he would definitely not say things behind your back. I guess he will obviously come to you and tell you, oh, this is what it is, and he always apologizes. So I always respected him for that, because every time, no more than one occasion, he spoke to me about how he felt about certain things and how I was moving. And when I had an issue with somebody that he is a friend of or is friends with, he spoke to me about it. And I really respect the fact that he comes to you like a man and addresses situations, So I misjudged him. Also, Doris, because every time I tried to have a conversation with her, she always used to feel like I am proud, whatnot. But we got closer, I also used to think that, because she always used to see me in a certain way, and I also started saying that, okay, does she feel like she's better than me? But we got to talk more, and I got to see her that, okay, she's actually genuinely a calm person. And as much as she's older than most people in the house, she genuinely wants to also be heard, wants to be treated like every other person, with respect also. What inspired the brand name 99 Culture? So when I first was looking to start up a brand, I needed something very unique, very interesting. So at the time when I even was looking for a name, I was at work at the time, and then I was playing around with names and numbers. But 99 Culture came about with because I was born in 99, so I needed something to include that with. Instead of the culture, the normal spelling of CULTURE, I wanted to also personalize the culture. So I have my name, there's so many K's in my name, Kayikunmi, I'm between Kehinde. So I'm like, okay, I'm also a future king. So I'm like, okay, let me just add that to the name also. So I changed it from C to K. So that's why the 99 Culture came about. Why did it take you too long to show your personality in the Big Brother Naija house? So when I was evicted on yesterday, I also said that I got distracted from the first week. And as much as I got distracted from the first week, I started having issues with this person from the first week. I realized that this person actually, anytime I'm happy, it's because the person makes me happy. Anytime I'm sad, because the person was making me sad. So, in as much as I was always sad most times or few times, I'm always in my shell. I'm always, in my corner, in my own space. I'm an overthinker, so I never really get to speak, because I didn't really have friends I confided in. aside from one person, which was Victory. So a lot of times I just always just zone out from a lot of things. So that's why I didn't really, but like I said, I was just distracted in the first week. I didn't get to know a lot of people personally. I didn't get to have conversation with lots of people personally. But as time went on, I just realized that regardless of who I was with, it doesn't really matter, it doesn't change anything, because a lot of people, most of the females, they want to have conversations with me because of Isabella. If I want to have a conversation, they will say, hey, please leave me alone. I don't want any wahala from your babe or whatever. So it was very, very confusing. Like, it's not as if she's gonna bite you. Like, she's not that type of person. But that's just because that's just the way they see her, and that's just the way she shows herself. Like, oh, because she's a loud person, she's also very aware of herself. So I connected with some of the guys, with most guys. I just didn't connect with the females, a lot of the other females. But as time went on, they got to see me for who I was. They got to know my brand name. They got to also see that I have I have good things going on for me. So unfortunately, I left when I left, but it is what it is. Thank you guys very much so far for keeping me in the house for 3 weeks. I really appreciate you all. I couldn't have done it without you all. Can't wait to see you guys soon, and cheers.